back again. So this is my wheel, and the instruments I'm going to be using today is you need a ruler. Preferably a flexi bendy one is really quite good, and one that's can be washable as well. So it's no good having it in paper because it's just going to deteriorate. The tools I use are some wooden tools. This one here has a nice angle on it. So that's for cutting away your pot once you've made it. So that's just a second one in case I can't find my first one, which does happen. This here is a needle tool, which has a blunt top on it there, and that is for cutting away the top edge to make it more secure. I also have a container of fresh water, and I have a bit of chamois cloth. So this is for doing the nice edge along your cup edge, so when people are drinking out of it, it's not going to hurt them. So what I need to do now is get some bats. Get some bats. I work on bats because they're easier to get on and off my wheel, and I don't have to worry about hurting my work. So at the moment I'm going to attach a bat. I might just move my water to over here and these to over here so you've got more of an idea of what I'm doing. So there we go. So my bats just slip onto some lugs that are located on the wheel head. So that makes that nice and secure. One thing you don't want to do is wet your bat too much. So, and it's a new bat through to new pieces of work. So every time you do a new piece of work, then you get a new bat. Now, when you get, I've got this little test piece. So this is the little piece that was left over. So I'm just going to use that first to throw with. So then I can just get my hand in today and just get the feel for the clay and the wheel and everything and see how I'm throwing today. So without destroying any of my other balls of clay which I've got allocated for the cups and saucers. So first thing I want to do is make sure that my hair is out of the way. So I have one of these clips that's got a magnetic thing on it, which is just like a little peg used for whiteboards, but are also fantastic for clipping your hair up out of the way so it doesn't get caught up into any of your work. So also I pop my plait down my back so it doesn't in through my shirt, so it doesn't get caught up into my work. Alright, so making sure that all your clothing is nice and secure and it's not going to get caught up into your wheel head. So, right, so now we've done all that, making sure that you've got a comfortable position with your pedal. Make sure that your clay is feeling right, and when you know that it's right, pop it into the centre and just give it a little bit of a push down. Then with the wheel turning slightly, just on a slow pace, just gently tap that bit of clay into the centre. So this helps with your centering, so it doesn't become so hard and you're not using all your strength to centre your clay, and then you get exhausted. So, and it's all about endurance. Ceramics is about endurance. So you need to have quite a bit of energy about you to be able to throw, you know, lots of pots a day. So over here I have a sponge and I've got my chamois in my water. So I just want to wet this. I don't want to drown it, I just want to wet it. So just a little dribble of water over the top of it, get that wheel going a bit more, and this is the way that I centre. I put one hand on here and I lock this one in and lock my wrist into there. So it holds it in place. I've got a hernia, so I don't necessarily rely doing it this way and relying on my stomach muscles. So I do it this way, which relies more on my shoulders. So again, putting my hand here, locking that in, holding that hand so it doesn't move, and then allowing that clay to then find its natural centre. So pushing up, then pushing down. So pushing up at the bottom, using this edge here to pull the clay up. Don't push too hard because you can push the clay right off the board. So, and that's not something that you want to do. And you always start by pushing down. So whenever you start centering, always start by pushing down. So sometimes you'll find that your clay centres quite quickly. Make sure that the bottom edge is fairly centred. And just be nice and gentle with your clay. So the nicer you are to it, the nicer it will be to you. So smoothing off that top. And when you're taking the clay up and taking the clay down, what that's doing is removing any seams, joining seams together within the clay, removing any air bubbles that may be there. And you know, you still may get a few air bubbles when you're making your pots, but that's okay, you can get around those. So now, I have a nice little dome shape. So I have a flat top dome shape that's nicely centred in the middle of the board. I'm Sammy O, and this is my artwork.